welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have such sights to show you. You can always find this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google+. In parts unknown, where The Undertaker is actually located. I think it's Death Valley, technically, but he is from the parts unknown. So we all need to respect and honor that.
That's wrong.
It's wrong?
Boogeyman's from parts unknown.
Where's Undertaker from then?
Do you know?
Yeah, Boogeyman was...
I'm pretty sure you got it right.
It's
Death Valley.
Death Valley, right? Yeah, because Boogeyman was the dude who had the worms in his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Did not last long.
Yeah, he got some. He can't just eat worms all day, man. You have to know how to wrestle too. You know what I mean?
But don't forget the smashing clocks on his face.
That was what's up, man. Oh, nice. Remember back in the day where it's like WCW wrestlers had the weirdest gimmicks? Oh, dude.
I prefer ECW. That's how hardcore I am.
You're ECW.
ECW.
Oh no, yeah. Man! I'm an old school.
I love Sandman.
I'm an old school Monday night. What was it? Monday Nitro. Yeah, man.
No.
Four Horsemen with Arn Anderson, bruh. What you know about Arn Anderson? He's the best.
Nothing.
Dean Malenko, dog. What you know about the Iceman, Dean Malenko, dog? Ultimo Dragon.
Who are these people?
Ultimo Dragon.
Who are these people? If it ain't Sandman, Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer's the man, though.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Mike G. With me, as always, is the Texas Tornado himself,
Winter Sturdivant.
He is the man, the myth. He spins.
Would you like to know my real? Yeah. Would you like to know my real wrestling name, by the way?
What's your wrestling name?
So at the time, I was calling myself. This is considered a little off color nowadays, but I would call myself the Suicide Man.
Nice.
And what the trick was that the ref would be knocked out, and then I would hit myself with a chair, and then the ref would wake up and see the guy holding the chair, and or like I would make it so that the other guy is holding a weapon, and then I would run into it, and then the ref would see that, and then do a disqualification.
Dude, you know what my wrestling identity was back when I was a kid, dude? Dude, my name was Guy Galahad, and I had like a medieval knights motif, and I was a heel. So I would come out with a big giant like Holy Grail goblet, and I filled it with poison. So whenever someone wasn't looking, I'll just spill it in their face, and they'll be like, "Oh no, my eyes!" And then I would get the pin and win. I was like Hunter Hearst Helmsley, but I would wear this big suit of armor. Guy Galahad, draw it. It's the best.
Draw.
Yeah,
I liked the announcing as well, and there was a brief time that I was wanting to do like backyard wrestling announcing, like a play-by-play commentary.
And man.
I did a submission to like backyard wrestling group in Fresno, and it was like I didn't know any like words besides "holy cow."
Holy cow!
So I'd go DDT, holy cow!
Nice. All I knew was it was a real slobber knocker. That's pretty much that was my DNA. Did you play any wrestling games as a kid? Like any Nintendo 64 wrestling games?
You know, the first one that I played was like 2012.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2. You could play like the general manager of Raw or SmackDown or something like that. That was pretty fun.
Man, I remember WCW versus NWO Revenge on the Nintendo 64. Oh, that was a good game. I think that's my favorite wrestling game of all time. Man, dude, I used to be so big into wrestling as a kid, man. I was a big mark, dude. Like, I remember I went to go see it like a live show because my uncle used to be like when it used to actually be in WWF. Funny enough, and I was able to meet like Yokozuna and
who's your uncle?
Remember? Okay, I don't want to put him on blast. I love you, uncle, but he
Jimmy
was in
Snuka.
that. He was Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Nah, man, he was in the group Men on a Mission, where Viscera. Remember Viscera?
No,
he was like a big black guy. He was a big black guy. His original team.
You're
was
referring to like 10 like
he was
pro
the biggest
wrestlers.
He was like the biggest black guy in wrestling, like just in terms of height and weight. No one expects Viscera, but yeah, he started out with them. So he was my uncle got body slammed by Jeff Jarrett, and that was it. That was the end of the ride, apparently. But I hate
probably
Jeff
for
Jarrett.
the best.
It's probably for the best. When they end up like Kurt Angle or something. But Kurt Angle actually looks really good now.
Yeah, there's like several other people that you don't want to end up as. Like
Yes,
Jimmy
sir.
Snuka.
Like Jimmy Snuka. Like freaking some of those guys. Oof. Adios mio, bro.
Jimmy Snuka's like later life, he's still alive, could play out as like a suspenseful drama thriller of like HBO. Like you know how HBO will do like HBO has this thing that I've just logged into where they'll have Al Pacino playing all these historical figures that are controversial over the years. For instance, they had him play Phil Spector, who like put a woman in and now he's going to play Joe Paterno.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's playing Joe Paterno now, right?
So now I picture Al Pacino playing Jimmy Snuka after Jimmy Snuka killed his wife, and now he's going. It's from wrestling. All these head injuries.
Man, I think Al Pacino could get super ripped out of nowhere and just beat Jimmy Snuka. Can you imagine a yoked out Al Pacino?
And just call it "Fly to the Sun." That'd be the title. Flew too far, flew into the sun, or something like that.
Nah, man, it'd be like flying elbow drop. the Jimmy Snuka story. His wife will be played by
Superfly, now super low.
Superfly is now super died. That's not funny.
Super crash. There you go. Okay, go on.
Supercross. Be there or be square. Speaking of being places,
pull up notes.
I know. I need you to go over your week, sir. What did you do this week? What happened?
Still watching Battlestar Galactica. I am slowly getting annoyed by it. There's some things in it that like were probably edgy back in the early 2000s, but now it's like you need more realistic gunplay in your movies instead of like there's a bad guy. Let me just hold these guns up in the air. And like you can see the director going, "Okay, pretend like you're firing them," and it's like pew 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 pew, that sort of stuff.
Oh man, they got their pew pew guns, though.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there's a game that I bought, which we can go into later. But
okay,
yeah,
secrets. That's what's up, man. Cool, nice and neat, sugary sweet. Yeah, same here. I had a very similar week. Finished off Jessica Jones on Netflix. That's the biggest man in American history. I totally dropped a Fortnite. Just not my cup of tea, man. Can't do it.
It's because you're bad at it?
Not my cup of tea. No, it's because I don't want to put time into it.
Oh.
I can get good if I wanted to, but it's just not my cup of tea, man. I don't know. Watched a bunch of like Dragon Ball Z tournaments this weekend, like final round. There was a sick first to 10 between Goichi and Sonic Fox for those who follow that. And man, it was pretty epic.
Is that when they have the like the console boards they bring their own like fighting pads. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, a fighting game tournament like that. It's like the tournament itself will bring the systems and bring the games and stuff like that. But the players will bring their own pads or bring their own fight sticks or controllers and stuff like that. So it's like a BYOB, but it's like BYOF. Bring your own fight. BYO. My brain just died.
Right.
Yeah. So so that was dope. Still playing Monster Hunter. I beat it for the second time. Now I have to beat it the third time.
No.
There's like 3 different endings to this game, and it's getting downloadable content like tonight. So I'm kind of hyped for that. So I'm getting all my armors, and I just beat Xenojiva, so I'm getting all the skills from that creature. Devil Joe comes out tonight, which I'm not ready to fight, but I'm going to fight him in the way. So I'm super hyped for that. The Devil May Cry skins are coming in for Monster Hunter, so I'm going to dress up my character to look like Dante from Devil May Cry. So I'm super, extremely excited for that. And that's my week so far.
And you make all nerds happy.
All nerds understand my plight and find me online. If you want to like make a squadron, I would love to make an MOTN squadron, but I think we need more listeners to do so. Sorry. Man. Speaking of doing things, news happened this week, man.
Let's get to it then.
Let's get into some news, man. I want to get into this like the most non-nerdiverse related thing, but I just have to talk about it because it's insane. Is that Uber stops their test for self-driving cars after a fatality? Did you hear about this?
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
so.
Sorry, you're the one who introduced this, so you can go ahead.
No, man, it's crazy. So apparently Uber were trying to start doing the self-driving cars, which have like motion sensors so they know when to stop, and they are all connected to like the it's a bunch of technology stuff where the car is going to drive itself and drive people around. Kind of like Domino's is trying to do the same thing, I think. They're trying to get like the self-driving cars. But apparently, I think this was in the East Coast, one of the cars just drove through a stop sign, and unfortunately someone passed away because of it. And I'm just like, wow, man. It's like, it's funny in these kind of situations where it's self-controlled, even if it worked a million times, the one time it didn't, it's extremely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like any type of flaw in something like this, it's just, you can't have room for error. There can't be a margin for error, even an infinitesimal one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it sucks.
Right. But if I can find the lighter side of this, there's a meme that came out, or kind of like an internet meme. Some random person posted like Uber stop tests for self-driving cars after fatality, something. She pretty much made like a AI are going to take over the world type reference. Or like AI is dangerous.
Oh, wow.
And her name's Sarah Connor. Her real name is...
I saw that.
Okay.
Dude, I saw that. She's like, why is everybody bothering me?
Why are all these references to Skynet coming to me? And I felt bad.
I don't know what Skynet is. I felt real bad for her. It's like that time Rachel Ray got death threats from the Beehive because they mistaked Rachel Ray, the cook, the chef, with someone else. And Rachel Ray was like, where did this all happen? Why is my Twitter getting death threats? I love Beyonce. And all the Beehive were like, we're sorry. You misspelled your name.
You don't love Beyonce, but just to make it...
I love Beyonce. I just think, anyway.
No.
I think she's well utilized for her niche in the world.
Okay, Rihanna or Beyonce, go.
Rihanna, easy.
Every
Do
day,
something hard,
lemonade. Oh, what the frick? Okay.
Man.
You name that song?
Riri? Yeah, that song, that was the song Lemonade, funny enough, by Nerd in Riri. Song bangs, bro.
Yeah, well,
if I see
it's
Riri,
Lemon. I'm pretty sure it's just Lemon, not Lemonade.
Is it just Lemon?
Beyonce is Lemonade.
Good song, though.
Yeah.
The rivalry.
Yeah.
Talk about the Capulets and the Montagues. Remember when when Jay-Z did the song Umbrella with Rihanna, and Beyonce was like, yeah, you can't hang out with her no more.
Like, oh, man. Yeah.
He was like, oh, shucks. We're not doing anything. She's like, I don't want no problems. Cut
But
that
she got him.
out.
Well, he has 99%.
Got it. One of them was Rihanna at some point.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Speaking of things being problematic, and I don't know why I'm coming at this negatively, but Ava DuVernay, she was the director for A Wrinkle in Time.
Mm-hmm. A wrinkle
very
in her career.
well-known.
Oh, okay.
She was a very up-and-coming African-American director, but she's been tapped to direct DC's The New Gods. The New Gods. And for those who don't know what The New Gods is, and it's really complicated. like if you're not into DC Comics, The New Gods is pretty much a off comic created by Jack Kirby.
Oh, yes.
Where there are these intergalactic super creatures that are in a war with another intergalactic super creature group. And it's where Darkseid comes from, if that name rings any bells. The main villain for the Justice League movie was from
did you just use a soundboard?
Apocalypse, which is part of The New Gods. And so they want... No, that was my voice, sir. I'm that good. So they tapped Ava to do this, to direct this movie. Yes. And it just seems so knee-jerk to me. It seems like the biggest knee-jerk reaction ever. It's like, oh man, Black Panther made $1 billion. What other Black directors can we get? Quick. Who else can we get? Ava, you want to do this movie?
She turned down Black Panther, by the way.
She did. Which is probably for the best.
I don't know. I don't know what it would look like.
I don't know. Yeah. Alternate reality Black Panther directed by Ava would have been something different. It wouldn't have been what we got. Kendrick wouldn't have been on the soundtrack.
Can we please right? give Spike Lee like a Marvel movie to direct?
No, God. No, leave Spike Lee. Wherever Spike Lee is, let him be where he's at. Funny you say that because Sony tapped Spike Lee to direct Nightshade, the lesser-known African-American hero from the Spideyverse.
Just have Marlon Wayans, and it will be Bamboozled 2 Nightshade. You're
making me cry tears of blood. I do not... It's like these companies don't know why it worked. They just know it worked for the most like bland reason, like the most like front facing reason. Yep. It worked because it was Black. So let's do Black. They don't understand like the work and the time and the focus that was put into the movie.
What was the term that they used for the like culture around Black Panther? Afrofuturism, I believe, is the term they made up. Yeah,
Afrofuturism. Yes, it's very good. Yeah, so they're like, we got to do that. We got to get $1 billion. Black is hot now, and I'm like, you don't even know why it was good, right? You don't care. You just see the dollar signs. It's the most knee jerk. Like, it's the same thing they did with The Dark Knight. Oh man, Nolan made $1 billion off his 3 movies. Right. We got to be edgy, right? It's all be edgy. Oh man, the Avengers made $1 billion. Everybody needs a cinematic universe now, right? And that failed because nobody could do what Marvel does. And now it's just like Marvel's done it again and created a whole new genre, the jock. And it's just like, don't get me wrong. I want Black people to have jobs, and I want my people to like thrive and stuff. But the studio's reason behind it is so transparent. You know what I'm saying? It's very transparent to me. And a part of me doesn't like it, but a part of me is happy that Ava's getting work. Ryan Coogler's getting work. You know, these people are getting work where otherwise it was more of a single color run industry. But that's diverse. That's being more diverse every day that passes. But I don't even know what Ava DuVernay New Gods would be. Like, I don't even know what a New Gods movie would be. Like, the subject matter is so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I barely get New Gods, and I am like a DC guy.
They're gonna do it, or at least a TV. Would you say a TV show?
They're gonna do it
for the series.
it needs the Netflix rub. It needs like 12 episodes, but you can't do that with New Gods because it's so grand. You know what I mean? New Gods isn't street level. It's the most space you could space, right? And you're not. It would have to have like a Game of Thrones budget to do it right, and you can't explain the New Gods in a 2-hour movie. Like, I don't even know how Black Panther did it, because Wakanda is very complicated, right? But the guy did it, so
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, it's rough because the New Gods tie into Superman. That's really their tether to the DC universe. And Superman's not looking so hot, you know what I'm saying? Like, in regards to the DCEU. It just irritates me because it's not why they're doing it. It's not in the right. The heart's not in the right place, and it's very transparent.
So, in conclusion, we could say
no end.
Ava DuVernay does not know the way. Okay, move.
See, man, I hope she knows the way, man. Like, I don't want it to suck or nothing. I just think studios are garbage, dude. Speaking of garbage studio decisions, guess who's back?
Back from the
again.
hood.
He wears green. Tell a friend back from space.
He went to space.
Dog. He went to space. They're rebooting. He went to space, man. He was with Coolio in space. Okay. The weakest of all the films. Coolio was born in space. Leprechaun Returns. They're rebooting
right
the
after
Leprechaun
St. Patrick's
series,
Day.
man.
Perfect.
Where do I begin? Like, I unironically love the first movie. I think the first movie's great. I really
hit your
like
head or something around that
Leprechaun.
time?
Leprechaun 1 is dope. He was like, I'm gonna bite your ear off and make a boot out of it. Yeah, man. Leprechaun was dope, dude.
Well, is it supposed to be a comedy, a horror comedy?
It was originally, but I don't know what this is gonna be. It looks like it's taking itself super serious, man. And that's what you don't need.
Yeah, if they go serious, I'd like it. Oh,
I don't know. Oh,
are we going to war?
You want to go, bro? No, I mean, it's the Leprechaun, dude. Like, just it has to poke fun at itself a little bit, right? A little bit, like a little bit, right? No. You want like?
I think they need to go.
What?
They need to go full on, like dark horror. Like get like Clive Barker to direct it.
Shit,
Leprechaun.
Man. You want
like
Daniel Day-Lewis to play
like
the Leprechaun? I will drink your Shamrock
now.
milkshake. I'm gonna drink it all up.
Yes,
that would be epic. Daniel Day-Lewis playing the Leprechaun. He's like screaming at some kid's face. I'm gonna drink your Shamrock shake.
Just picture like a tin whistle, like Titanic music in the background of these college kids out in Ireland. They go, "What's this coin?" Wow. It
just does,
and they pick it up.
It does the Inception bombs. And next thing you know, it's like a big giant.
Yeah.
The Leprechaun just burst out the ground like Rawhead Rex. Man.
Hollywood, you can hire me as your idea man.
This one's free, Hollywood. This one's free.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
I'll get a call from Magnet Films, whatever it's called. The one that makes stupid movies.
Do you remember Full Moon Studios? Full Moon. They used to make all those weird
Full Moon.
Yeah, man. Full Moon. They used to make like remember Blood Species, dog? Blood Species and Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys, dog. Great movies. They need to reboot, man. They need to bring back the Puppet Master series.
Extended Universal Pictures Monster Universe.
I want a puppet
extended Monster Universe.
I want a Puppet Master cinematic universe, Hollywood. I need you to get on that. Because in the Puppet, okay, quick breakdown for those who don't know. The Puppet Master universe contains the demonic toys, first of all. It contains Doll Man, who's a dude from the future who got turned into a doll-sized man, and he has this doll-sized gun, and he does doll business. And you could throw some subspecies in there. Dude, you could throw some trancers. Man, not much. That's money, Hollywood. Easy. Leprechaun, though. Do it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's going to be stupid. It's going to be amazing. But I wonder if they're going to get Warwick Davis to do it again. I don't know.
No. He's probably too old.
Nah, man, he's still pumping out the Star Wars movies when they call him. So I think he's probably straight, dude.
Oh.
You know, he's still playing weird little aliens. You know, they need to reboot Willow, though. That's what they need to reboot.
Willow 2.
I wanted to star Danny Glover.
Tie a yellow ribbon.
I wanted to Willow starring Donald Glover in like Little Bow
Junior?
Wow, like Childish Gambino. You know,
there you go.
As
I like that.
As
I can handle that.
Yeah, man, and have like have Jessica Tandy. Is Jessica Tandy still alive? You know who Jessica Tandy?
Maybe if I look at her. I don't know.
Nah, she's got to be gone, man. She's got to be gone.
She's probably got to be gone.
Yeah, because she was like in Driving Miss Daisy, and she was
Oh
old.
yeah, she died in 1994.
Oh man, well get
old man.
Old man. I know all these old man knowledge. Nah, man. In that case, get like Sissy Spacek to play the witch, dog. Sissy, dog.
These are all also older people.
I don't care. The witch has to be old, man.
Get Meryl Streep. End it.
Meryl Streep has enough on her plate, man. She doesn't want to do the Willow remake. Oh, dude, that's the wackest. Speaking of things that are weak, Sega recently teased a new Sonic racing game. What the hell is that going to be?
It's going to be like Diddy Kong Racing, only Sonic.
The stupid thing about a Sonic racing game is kind of a oxymoron. It's like, so why would Sonic need to be in a kart racer where he can run faster than the speed of light?
And then you have Mr. Sega coming to your house and beating you over the head with a samurai sword. Going, this is why. Do you want the game
Sega
now?
shows up. Yeah. No, sir, say it in Japanese. I don't know how to say no, sir, in Japanese. He just punches you in the throat with the butt of a samurai katana.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. Sonic Racing, it's like, poor Sonic, man. It's like, there can't be a good Sonic game anymore. Other than Sonic Mania was good. Sonic Mania was really good. But that was a fan-made game. It took a fan to make the game better than Sega could, because Sega is so out of touch with what people want gaming-wise. And that's kind of the double-edged sword about existing properties, is like, you can't drift too far from what made it good, because people freak out. You know what I mean? Like, the only like series that really did it flawlessly to me was like Mario. When Mario jumped from Mario World to Mario 64, I don't remember anyone complaining about it. It was amazing.
But Sega,
I remember playing that when it first came out.
Would you say Sonic is like the redheaded stepchild of like there's like people like Mario, and then there's like a hipster community that still likes Sonic, in my opinion. You think that's kind of true?
Yeah. I think that because Sega has had such a brocky history, and Sonic's the face of Sega, that Sonic has in so facto had a rocky history. Like, Sonic hasn't been good since the Dreamcast, and Dreamcast was almost 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So Sega hasn't really had a platform that they can thrive on. They haven't had a system in God knows how long. If Sega came back and made a new system, it would blow my mind. Like, can you imagine if Sega just said, okay, we're getting back in the console game, and we're going to do a new Sonic, and it's going to be 4K on our 4K running a high definition rival system? That would be nuts, dude. I would buy it. I'll buy the new Sega, whatever. But Sonic is, like you said, Sonic's kind of the redheaded stepchild of gaming, because there's those Sonic fans who will fight you on every single game. And it's just like, I get it. Like, all those old school games, they all have their detractors, but they also have their rabid fan bases. And I think Sonic has kind of gotten the short end of the stick on that. You know, it's just it took a fan game to make them great again. You know, that's not how it should be, man. You know, game mascots aren't what they used to be either. Like the closest thing we have a game mascot nowadays is like what Master Chief and what Nathan Drake. It's kind of weird.
No, we have Tomb Raider's still around.
True, but I wouldn't say Lara Croft is like a console mascot though.
How about yeah, I was gonna say Minecraft for some people. Like the block dude.
The block dude is big. Like he would be Xbox's like modern mascot, I would say.
Now, you cool it there, sir. You do not say that. Your opinion about Xbox games have made you biased.
When was the last Halo game?
It doesn't matter. It's still a viable franchise.
Was it was there a good Halo game on the entire last generation?
I think every Halo game is good. Halo Wars too.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
You know, okay, we'll move on. I want to just read the title of this and let you guys feast on it. From Drake to porn, everyone wants a piece of Fortnite. Okay.
Oh, I saw that damn article, and I'm like, what is happening, man?
It's also related to one of my favorite articles that's discussing how the use of Pornhub went down for 2 weeks when Fallout 4 was released.
One of my favorite articles of all time. Yeah.
And I'm like, dear Lord, nerds.
So let's talk about this, self-control. Man. So, have some self-control. So, Twitch streamer named Ninja, very big following, right? Streaming.
Right.
And somehow, I don't know the full details of it, somehow connected with Jizzy Drake from the 666. And it blew up Twitch.
Right.
Like the dude said, off that month, I made like $500K in Twitch money.
What does that mean? People are going like, oh, this is a big marketing thing. I don't know how much money he got.
I don't know how much Drake got. I don't think Drake got anything.
Drake got a sandwich. There you
got something. He got a Drake's coffee cake.
It's all
this
in
Ninja
God's plan. God's plan.
It is all in God's plan. He turned that 02 into a 03. But the math is right. Like this guy has like 500K followers.
Wow.
At like it's like $4 a sub, right?
I don't know.
Twitch money. Yeah. Like that's what they sent to you. I think that's how it shakes down. Like it's like $4 or $5 a sub that shakes down to your PayPal every month, and everybody has to resub every month. And if you got like 500,000 followers, the slimy math on that with taxes taken out, if taxes are taken out, that's roughly what, 450 to 500K, maybe 400K. Easy, dude. Like I've never seen a game blow up this fast out of nowhere in a very long time. Like everyone's talking about this game now. Everyone's playing this game now, dude. Like I get it because it's easy access. You know, the game isn't hard. It's just once you hit a certain level of a certain cap of difficulty to become serious, like any game.
Right.
But the game is free, so it's an easy open there, and everyone's just going nuts about it, man. It's like it's on. It just went on iOS like the other day, Fortnite. And I'm just like, man, this is pretty dope. Like,
you gotta hop on.
It's not my cup of tea, like I said earlier. I don't want him, man. I'll let the next cat do it, but I don't want him, man. Like, when I start streaming eventually, I don't want to. No, I'm gonna do it on my own terms. It's like if I don't like the game, I'm not gonna play it just to get numbers. That's whack. But everybody has their cup of tea, man. This is the new hotness. Get hype, you know. I just think it's cool that celebrities are starting to like wave their gaming freak flag, and cats are cool with it because that wasn't always the case back in the day. You know what I mean? Like Snoop is a real big advocate in gaming, but he kind of, when he was really talking about it, mainstream didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
And you know,
It'll be kind of interesting to see people play.
Yeah.
You know,
It would be interesting also to see people try to get into the CFC's servers, which is a good tag, good cut to a news article that I wanted to bring up, which was
go for it, man.
in Polygon. We see here that the CFC servers are struggling to handle launch demand. I bought the game on the 19th, and it was supposed to be up and running at 9 p.m. that day. And off the bat, this is $60 game, had several stress tests, and I couldn't even get into the game to play. And I was getting frustrated. I finally had like a slight hint of what the game was that night. Barely anyone was in the servers. I could just see the developers over at Rare going, "We need to fix this now," and they're like at DEF CON 5. Like they're on Apollo 13 sort of thing. But it's still disappointing. They're still having errors. Like the next day, me and my friend tried to get on together, but we couldn't do that. So we had to have one of us try to get on, and then like that other person tag in. And they're trying to be cute. Yeah, they're trying to be cute with like naming their errors Cinnamon Beard and Gray Beard. And I like how someone put ass beard on Twitter. So
that's stupid. Like, fix the damn game. This is like, right.
Now, I do have to say the game itself is fantastic once you get to play it. The problem is, like, it's kind of like going into a like you see a restaurant opening you're looking at a Golden Corral opening right next to you, and you're like, I want to go in, but the doors are still closed. And it's like, please wait another hour or like another day for it to open. Like, but it's supposed to be open now. Golden Corral. Okay.
That's like Golden Corral. Sponsor us, please.
Yeah.
I get it, because nowadays gaming is weird, because it's like you need to do stress tests. And if you're going to be a purely online experience, then you have to take into account the popularity of your game. This is Rare's first big game in a long time, and maybe their studios just weren't prepared for the onslaught of new gamers, and maybe Xbox wasn't prepared for it. But this is why you have betas. You know what I mean? This is why you have time to do betas and just really work out these kinks, so that when it's go time, you don't have an entire fan base who's stuck on port and can't go out to sea, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks. Like, Dragon Ball Fighters has really bad online play right now. It takes forever to get into a match. And that game ran a ton of betas. Like, they were running betas like all through the beginning, all through the stages of development. But still, the game was so popular that it's like, man, we're working on it, but we're sorry. That's all you could really say. And that's funny, like back in the day, you turn on your game and you play it, right? But then again, the early days of online play was kind of the garbages, man. Like, even as early as back as like playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PS3 was just painful, man. Like, bad lagging, just ugh.
Yeah, I think
you like the game so far.
People should buy it still. Yeah, it has Witcher's seal of approval. Q soundboard. Then. Yeah, but you just have to be patient. It's like the era of like knowing that a AAA game is going to be like bug free and like going to be great right out of the box is over. And it's been over for probably about a year or two. And
it's rare.
You have to accept that you're buying something that's, even though they've done all these tests, they're still rough around the edges. And that's due to the fact, in my view, is that they're no longer looking at, okay, once we have this game out, we need to be thinking about the next game. It's really, they're thinking about how can we milk this from all it's worth. So you're not just buying a finished product. You're buying something that's going to be expanding over like 3 years, I would predict. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely echo what you're saying, man, because gaming nowadays, you're not, like you said, you're not buying a finished product. You're buying a version 1.0, right? And with that, you're getting bugs, you're getting lag outs, you're getting jaggies, sometimes the games will just stop playing. You know what I mean? Because like you said, they're not worried about sending out a complete product. They're worrying about setting something out that's manageable and we'll fix it later. The problem with online connection is it's made gaming companies lazy. They're not going to sit there and take 7 years to make Final Fantasy VII. They're going to push out whatever they got and say fans will understand that there's going to be a patch. There's some games that have day one patches,
and it's all because
gigs of day one patches.
Yeah, it's because there's the competition as well.
Yeah,
I would say that it's like we need to get this game out a week before we'll say Halo Wars 2 comes out because most people don't have $120 in their pocket to buy both, and that's being like cheap. So yeah. So
and that's being generous.
We have to figure out how we can get the $60 from this player.
You know, and different kinds of games have different kinds of release cycles.
Right.
Like fighting games all come out in February and March. So everybody has to be finished by February and March to catch the Evo crowd. And in winter for Christmas and in the third quarter, like after summer, that's when all the big games come out. So parents can buy those games for their kids for Christmas. So you have your Red Dead Redemptions coming out and you have your Anthems coming out. And it's like, we have to have the game done right now. And you have QA testers who are like, there's no way this game can ship right now. There's too many bugs. There's too many problems, but can it run? They do what they call a stress test, is where they let the game run in the system for 24 hours. And if it doesn't burn out the system, or if the game doesn't just die, that's good to ship. They don't even play it. They just let it run on the console and see what happens. It's like they don't care about completed products anymore because they have that leeway of a downloadable patch. And all games suffer from this. Monster Hunter, one of my favorite games for right now, had a pretty big patch when I first uploaded it. And it's not perfect. It's going to change. Balance changes, character edits, these things. Games just, it's like when you make a movie, that's it, right? Can you imagine if a movie was like, we're going to add 20 minutes to this movie as downloadable content? It's unheard of, right? Like, there's no way. Once the film is done, it's done. And games have a different kind of leeway.
It's a different entertainment pod.
It is a different entertainment, man. It's a different entertainment cast. I was going to mention this last bit of news, but it's kind of a downer, but I don't want it to be a downer. I want to kind of celebrate the life of Stephen Hawking, who passed away at 70.
Masters of science fiction.
Science fact, man. Like master of science fact, dude. Theoretical physicist. Dies at 76.
No, I mean, he was just to let you finish.
No. You're fine, dude. Like, now finish your point. That was it.
Yeah, he was the host of a short-lived TV show of Masters of Science Fiction, which was a spinoff of Masters of Horror that appeared on ABC.
Ooh, I didn't.
As a kid, I would watch that. It was one season. That was it.
Yeah, it sounds about right, man. ABC, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, I like Stephen Hawking because he always had a sense of humor about everything.
Yeah.
You know, he was cool to do cameos. He poked fun at himself a lot. And with those guys, your Bill Nyes, your Neil deGrasse Tysons, it's like they always seem to have like a cool personality. They're like, yeah, man, we understand the inner workings of the universe. We just want regular people to kind of get it, you know. So we'll dumb it down and explain it, underexplain it and overexplain it as much as we can to reach that bigger audience. And I think the guy for his condition, he lived a hell of a life, man. You know. And I just
as a grumpy man myself, I would not put Bill Nye in the same category.
You leave Bill Nye alone, dude. Bill Nye he's
a science guy.
He is the science guy, and he could stand up in the pantheon of famous physicists. He gets the pass. Him and Mr. Wizard, for all those super old heads out there who know what Mr. Wizard is.
Mr. Wizard, old man.
You butthead. Oh, jeez. Good times. You ready to get into some Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it. And it says
Yes.
lightning round.
Oh, man, we're back to the lightning rounds. Get hyped. If you want to send your lightning round questions to us, you can send that to mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. I repeat, for the cheap seats, that is mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. I liked the lightning round of last week, so I figured we'll do a different one this week. And this one's going to be based on video games. Video games. For all those gamers out there. Part of the a big chunk of the Nerdiverse, like the Texas of Nerdiverse, is gaming, man. So I just want to kind of pick your brain, Witcher, because there's a lot of things I don't know where you stand on this. So let's go ahead and go through the lightning round real quick. So how this is going to work, I'm going to give a type of game. You just let me know your favorite or what comes to mind and reason why. Right?
Okay,
so,
here we go.
Here we go. Let's do the first one. What's your favorite platform game?
Favorite platformer?
Yes, sir.
You said?
Yep.
Okay. Super Mario 3. Not like a port, but like from the original Nintendo NES. Like, I remember blowing really hard to get my cartridge to work.
You both, sir. Get that mess to run.
Yeah.
That's funny because that was my second choice.
What about you?
I was either going to go with Mario 3 because it's actually one of my favorite of all time, but barely beating it out was Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
I love Super Mario World. I remember it fondly being the very first game I put into my Super Nintendo. The second game I put into my Super Nintendo was Street Fighter 2. So, you know what I mean? Like as a kid. So
that changed your life.
Changed my life forever. It helped create the Nerdiverse, man. Good answer. Right up your alley, what's your favorite first-person shooter?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It's hard for me to say because I like Battlefield 1 back in the last year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to say wait a minute. 007 GoldenEye.
Yeah, Nintendo 64, dude.
Yeah.
Would you consider that the birth of the first-person shooter?
Not necessarily, because there was Doom and Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, dude. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's
Duke
up.
Nukem and all that. Yeah.
GoldenEye, man. You're dropping some killers, man. You're going to put mine to shame. Because my favorite, the one that came to mind for me was Borderlands 2. I had a ton of fun with Borderlands 2. I don't know if someone would consider it a first-person shooter, but
exactly
because it's weird. It's almost like the precursor to like Overwatch. You know what I mean? Like,
stop it. Okay,
it's a weird hero shooter. Though.
Get up.
Follow me. It's a weird hero shooter where it's just not you're shooting bang.
I cannot follow you down that road, Donner.
So you're telling me that Zero. So you're telling me that Zero from Borderlands 2 has no correlation with Genji?
No. I'm saying that if anything, Overwatch. I'm saying Overwatch is far more related to Team Fortress 2 than anything else.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a direct line. Team Fortress, Borderlands is from Team Fortress 2. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that the Borderlands series kind of planted the seeds for games like Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch because it was a different spin on the first-person shooter.
But it's like I wouldn't.
Right, it was a first-person view.
Right, it's like I just wouldn't put Borderlands in the first-person shooter. It's far more of an RPG that I would.
But there was also competitive modes. It was. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's one of those games that's really hard to put in a box. You know what I mean? But to me, other than like GoldenEye 007, Modern Warfare 2, which I liked a lot. Borderlands was just hooked me the most because it did something that those games didn't, and it added a layer of RPG. So where I can keep playing and level my character and build out their spec, their kit, how I wanted them to play, and it had a varying degree of first person experience. And that's why I chose it to be my favorite, just because I would level out my Zero, then I would level out my Lilith, and I would level out my Anton. You know what I mean? And you got to fight like boss monsters and team up with your friends. And I don't know. It's a very weird game, but that's what I chose for mine. To keep this going,
multiplayer.
What's your favorite multiplayer game?
I was gonna save this for race. No, I'm gonna still save that for racing. It's a hard one because there's a lot. I kind of just buy games. Yeah, I kind of just buy games
it's very broad.
that are multiplayer nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one between Battlefield 1 that I like so much and I don't know. What is your favorite?
You know what? I picked Tekken 3 because I'm a fighting game guy. And I didn't want to just be like, what's your favorite fighting game? Because I know it's not your cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted something a bit more broad. But for me, I really have a lot of fond memories being huddled in my friend's garage, all six of us playing Tekken 3, running turns.
Right.
You know what I mean? Picking favorite characters and just having a ball playing a fighting game. And for me, that's a multiplayer experience because fighting games are indeed it's a better feel when you're playing against.
Then I will say the Halo franchise,
you know
all those games. Oh,
yeah, pick one. Halo 1 was amazing.
Yeah,
I loved Halo 2. Like I will not.
Well, Halo 2
knock Halo 2 from
was like
anybody.
the first
Halo
LAN party that I
game.
ever had experience. Halo 2, but my favorite would have to be Halo 3, where I would go to my friend's house. We'd have 4-on-4 battles, and when either team won, we would run over to the other room, do a victory dance, and then go back.
Yeah. Get him. Got him. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. We used to have Kings of the Iron Fist tournaments where whoever won that week got to be the King of the Iron Fist. And we went around school and everyone had to say that we were the King of the Iron Fist.
Right. I picture a Stranger Things clip of come on, let's get to the basement.
Right? Right? You guys, my friend's mom, you guys keep it down there. No cussing. Yes, Miss Carol. Oh, good times. Very hard one. What's your favorite RPG?
Fallout. Dead on.
You know what?
Fallout 3.
Fallout freaking 3, dude. I'm happy you said it because I had to choose something different. Because you guys know I'm a big Fallout head. I love me some Fallout. It's probably my favorite console game. Damn it. It's top 3 games of all time. Right? It's that, Ocarina of Time, and probably Tekken 3. Games I just love. I eat it up. But mine's, I can't lie, mine's is Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite RPG of all time. The future
that gave me a flashback to a PlayStation game that I tried to play called Dino Trigger or something like that.
Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. Yeah.
Oh, Dino Crisis was dope, dude. It was garbage, but it was dope.
I'd always get stuck somewhere and have to restart the entire game.
Dino Crisis, dog. But no, Chrono Trigger was one of those games where I didn't really fully understand it until I got older. You know what I mean? I beat it as a kid, but then I replayed it in college, and it just was man, it's like watching a movie all over again, but in a different connotation because now you're an adult. You know what I mean? You see movies differently. You see Ghostbusters differently than when you watched it when you were a kid. And it's just, after playing it the second time in school, I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is a pretty perfect RPG. And I to me at least. And it's I'm kind of thinking about playing it again. It's so much fun. So much fun. And as you alluded to earlier, what's your favorite racing game?
Racing game? I would go Rocket League.
Is that a racing game?
Is that the racing game? No, I probably cheated. Then I'd go Mario Kart 64.
There you go. Mario Kart 64.
Yep.
Sir, that is fine. And you know what? You let me slide on Borderlands too. So if you want Rocket League to be your favorite racing game, then I can rock with that too. Because you are racing to the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has cars in it.
There's racing of a sort.
Yes.
But mine's is Need for Speed Underground. Game is
Oh.
super, super fun. I have very fond memories of playing that and getting chased by cops while racing my friends. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Oh, man. What are you looking forward to this week?
Well, I have like a bunch of stuff on my to-do list, so I'd like to chop that down a bit. I'm at like the peak of being busy in my work week, so now it's all downhill from here.
That's what's up, dude. Hump day. Yeah. Similar. I have some stuff I need to do. Things I need to purchase for the show. Still want to go around to watching Annihilation, even though I'm spoiled on the movie. I know how it ends and everything.
Yeah.
But I do want to see it and support it because it's not doing that well. The week's almost over, so really looking forward towards the weekend. I have some business I need to take care of on the weekend, but after that, probably going to go to the movies, play some Monster Hunter, and get ready for next week's show, man.
There you go.
Good times. There you go. Any parting thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Ska is still alive. There you go.
Ska never died, bro.
No.
As long as you hear like the Jamaican like steel drum,
yeah,
Ska's forever, dog. Anybody talks about Ska getting punched in the throat.
Yes. And remember, Gwen Stefani was once in what was considered a ska band.
I like the first album from No Doubt.
Yeah.
Spiderwebs is my joint. You can always find this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, and Google+. And you'd be doing us a giant solid if you were to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel on any one of those platforms. We really appreciate it, and it'll actually help out the show. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G.
And I'm your host, Winter Sturdivant.
And I'm always going to ask you to take that one step beyond.